Greetings, RMMA, Reddit MMA. Gypsy Gold here. I was recently banned from the sub, and I gotta say I was very hurt by it because I consider myself a quality poster, and I know I've dedicated a lot of hours to making some high quality posts for the sub. But I was told I make too many shit posts or low quality posts, and I wasn't sure if that was true or not. I'm like, okay, maybe. So I decided to go check it out for myself. So I went to the advanced search feature. I limit my search to RMMA and I offer Gypsy Gold. That's me. And kind of wanted to see what popped up. And I got to tell you, not a whole lot of shit posts, but a whole lot of quality posts. I got nostalgic going through it all. So, I mean, this one got 2,000 upvotes made 15 days ago. This one got 400 upvotes made 5 days ago. This one, 400 upvotes 2 days ago. You know, a lot of these posts I'm super proud of. Like this one, this is a quality tab post right here. This took me about 4 hours to make, maybe even 5 hours. It's the attendance records of every single UFC event that's ever been had. And I'm very aware that Reddit has positive, powerful SEO. So I know that someone's looking for attendance rates. Nothing's going to pop up because that's what I did. So by making it and posting it to Reddit, I'm sure that anyone else who searches for it is bound to find it. So I'm always trying to help the community. This is another example of that. The Dagestani post. Look what I did here. This took me a while to do. I took all the notable Dagestani martial artists according to Wikipedia, and I went ahead and categorized them based off of their fighting style. Look at this one. This one got 5,000. That's a quality repost. Look at this one. The terrible plight of the UFC rankings. It took me many hours, I think maybe 5 hours to do this one. And I tackled the current UFC rankings and go over each and every single ranker in depth, who they are, how they got to be rankers, if they've been doing a good job or a bad job, identifying problems, how to fix it. That was another quality post. This is my personal Twitter. I actually was able to help negotiate the Litecoin UFC sponsorship deal and helping getting Ben Askren involved in that. So I was very, very proud of this one, the fact that I could personally tweet something and get it approved. Cal Worsham was a very awesome guy. He was a pioneer in MMA, a very long-time journeyman, and I noticed that he passed away and no one was making any posts about it. So I made the only RIP post to Cal Worsham. And I'm sure his family and all his fans appreciated that, because when you Google Cal Worsham, this pops up. So very, very proud of that one. The collective Zupov record for the entire active UFC roster. I was surprised this didn't get a quality tab. No biggie, but I spent a lot of time on this as well. Let's see here. Does the UFC really need a 165-pound division? I was able to go through the current roster and do all of the current roster counts, do little math equations, and kind of justify the inclusion based off of that equation. Here's another quality tab I got. I went ahead and went through every single fight from Dana White Contender Series and was able to document the finishes and who was signed based off that week. So week 1, 4 fighters signed. Week 3, 3 fighters signed. And I was able to do the finish stats and decision stats to kind of determine what Dana is looking for, what type of performance you have to have in order to get signed off of the Contender Series. Let's see, any more quality posts on this one? Yeah, this is another one I'm proud of. Every single pay-per-view listed in order of buy rate. I mean, that one took me maybe 3 hours to do, maybe longer. Great resource for anyone Googling that. The current UFC roster per division. Took me a while to do that, and the proposed new weight classes and the possible redistribution based off the current stats of the current roster counts. That one was popular. What's on the next page? Every single UFC fighter at more than 20 bouts. So they qualify for the Reebok, the top tier of the Reebok bonus. Let's see what else we have here. The 15 longest tenured UFC fighters on the current active roster. You know, their debut and the amount of days they've been on the roster. I mean, it took me a long time to do this one. Here's another attempt at the Reebok one. I went ahead and this was the first post, and the one I showed you prior was an update to it. What's on the next page? Not a whole lot of quality posts on this tab on this one, but the point being is I make a lot of high quality posts, and I take a long time to do them because I love this community and it gives me great joy. I was a MMA fighter for 4 years. I fought Dakar close. You know, I mean, I was not just some guy who did it as a hobby. I tried to make a life out of it, and unfortunately I didn't make it. You know, after 4 years of being a aspiring MMA fighter, living in my car, mopping mats, cleaning tournaments for gym fees, having my fights, not being able to afford medical, you know, being able to afford, you know, medical attention afterwards. And after 4 years, you know, I found my body broken. You know, I hadn't made it. I was broke. So I retired. That was back in 2015. And, you know, MMA is still a big part of my life. Here's me talking to Mark Hunt. You know, me and Mark Hunt had a nice personal conversation where I asked him what was his thoughts on JDS popping for USADA. And, you know, he said, I think JDS is a good guy. Let's not like bash him unless more proof comes on. And I was able to talk to Buzz. I was able to screenshot my entire message with Buzz of Mark Hunt. We had, you know, a back and forth conversation, and he gave me permission to share it to our MMA. You know, yeah, you know, I don't know. I put a lot of time and effort into this sub, and all these quality posts I've shown you, all in all, they've probably taken me, you know, maybe 50 hours to do all of them. So to be banned is basically you guys telling me I'm a bad poster. We don't appreciate you being here. I'm hurt. I am actually hurt. You know, I spent 4 years of my life, you know, doing nothing but fighting, making the right sacrifices, didn't make it. You know, I still want to be a part of the community in some way. And, you know, so this is what I do. I make super quality posts. And I put it on Reddit so everyone can find it. You know, like I said, the SEO is great. People can search for the problem with the UFC rankings and get this one. They can search for Cal Worsham and get this one. They can search for, you know, Zuffa records and get this one. You know, do they really need a 165-pound division and get that one? Attendance numbers. You know, Dagestani MMA. So, yeah, I mean, I make a lot of high-quality posts. I go out of my way to be here. And occasionally I'll try and get that quality shitpost tag. But every single post I make trying to get that quality shitpost tag is me trying to get the quality shitpost tag. I'm not trolling the board. I'm not spamming the board. I'm not being a nuisance. Think that it's funny as heck. I'm like, oh, I mean, I think this one qualifies for it. I recently got one removed called Dana Wright Throughout the Years. At the time of its removal, I believe it had like 100 comments and like 200 upvotes. And I said, hey, man, I think this qualifies for a quality shitpost. Everyone seemed to like it. And the guy replies, I don't think it does. You know, it's close. But, you know, we got to be very careful with who we give those tabs to, so the board doesn't get spammed with a bunch of people trying to get that tab. And I understood it. I said, okay, I'm sorry, you know. But no, I don't spend every day doing nothing but making shit posts. That's ridiculous. So to be accused of that and banned for it, to be told we no longer want you at a part of the community, you're not allowed to enjoy Jones versus Smith on Reddit after I've done all this for you guys is, I don't know, it hurts, man. It really hurts. So, yeah, that's my take on it. You guys enjoy the fight this weekend. I'm rooting for Smith. I hope he wins. I don't think he will, but it's very possible. And I hope that you guys can continue, doing your job. Most of you do a fantastic job. I think this was an oversight, but Yeah. Adios, guys. Enjoy your fights.